Chandana, first year B.Ed student, GCTE Thiruvananthapuram. Today I am going to deal with yet another interesting story entitled as The Mysterious Picture from Standard 8 English Reader Unit 1 Hues and Values. Shall we start? Before that, we have to familiar with our author, Charles D. Coster. Charles D. Coster. His full name, Charles Theodore Henry Coster. He is known as the father of Belgian literature. Belgian novelist whose effort laid the basis of a native Belgian literature. His masterpiece was The Legend of Till Eulenspiegel and Lemme Godissac, 1867, a 16th century romance which was barely read in Belgium because it did not meet up to the conventional standard of Belgian nationalism, but became popular over the rest of the world.
Now let's move on to our lesson.
The Mysterious Picture by Charles D. Coster. Till, in the course of his wandering from court to court, rode to the palace of the Archduke of Battenberg on his donkey. His clothes and appearance attracted everyone's attention. His cap was set smartly on his head, and the 3 bright feathers on it danced in the breeze as he rode. At the main entrance to the palace, the captain of the guards called out to him, "Hey there, you fellow on the donkey! We don't allow any loafers here. You and your donkey already look like skeletons." Till looked at him coolly and then dismounted from his donkey. He bowed low and said, "May God bless you, Sir Captain. If I look like a skeleton, it's not my fault. I am very hungry. I have come here because I am forced to do. If you will be so good as to give me a piece of the gold coat that you wear on your coat, I'll go and hang myself by the teeth on that large leg of mutton that I see hanging in the butcher shop." The captain of the guards looked curiously at Till. "Where do you come from?" he asked. "From Flanders," Till replied. Captain of the guards asked with curiosity, "What do you want?" Till, "I would like to show His Highness the Archduke one of my painting. I'm a painter." Captain of the guards, somewhat impressed, said, "Well, if you are a painter, and if you come from Flanders, you may come in." The Archduke is sitting on the throne. Till enters into the palace and saluted the Archduke 3 times and stood before him with his head bowed. Till, "May your Highness pardon me for my rashness in thinking that one of my painting will please your Highness. I have bought a picture of Our Lady, the Virgin, in her royal robes. I have painted it specially so that I might lay it at your noble feet. You must forgive me, your Highness, if I have dared to hope that this picture will please you. Perhaps your Highness might wish to offer me the chair of a court painter who died recently. I can see the empty velvet chair waiting to be filled." The Virgin's picture was a splendid painting, and the Archduke made up his mind at once. He embraced and kissed him on his both cheeks, and said, "I shall be delighted to make you my court painter." Archduke directed him to the chair and made him sit on it. "Well, my dear fellow, you do have a tongue in your head, and you certainly seem to know how to use it. You are a very talkative fellow, aren't you?" Till politely said, "Your Highness, may it please you to remember me and my donkey Jeff for just one more minute. My donkey has been feeding himself fairly well all along the way on the thorns in the hedges and the grasses on the roadside, but I have had nothing to eat for the past 3 days. My stomach has been complaining very loudly. Perhaps your Highness can even hear it now. I have been feeding myself with the dreams of good food and drinks at your royal table." Archduke smiled and said, "Well, my dear fellow, you will certainly have something more solid than dreams to feed on. But where is your donkey?" Till replied, "I left him outside, opposite the palace. I shall be most grateful if Jeff is looked after. He needs a little fodder and lodging at night." The Archduke immediately ordered the donkey to be taken care of, and he added, "Treat it like one of my animals." The servants bows and rushes out. Supper was served, and it was like a wedding feast. The table were loaded with every kind of food and drinks. Wine flowed like water. The courtiers stuffed themselves with the choicest dishes. The Archduke made Till eat and drink until his stomach was about to burst. The Archduke too ate heartily. His face was flushed with a drink, but he seemed lost in thought. He suddenly looked up and said loudly, "Our court painter must paint our portrait, so that we will have the satisfaction of leaving our memory to our descendants." Till quickly replied, "Your lordship's slightest wishes to me command. All the same, I do feel rather unhappy about painting your lordship all by yourself. Is it not terrible to think of your lordship being lonely forever and ever? Don't you think, ladies and gentlemen, that His Highness should be accompanied at least by Her Highness, her ladies, the noble generals and captains who adorn this court? A court like this has few rivals in splendor, loveliness, and chivalry. In the midst of such valor and beauty, I will make my lord and lady shine forth like the moon surrounded by lanterns." Archduke was pleased with the idea. "Well, my friend, your painting will be a great piece of art. What reward do you expect for it?" Till cheerfully replied, "100 pieces of gold. You can pay me now or later, just as you please." Archduke, "Here are the 100 pieces of gold in advance," and give a small bag of money. Till bowed his head and said, "My lord, you are the most generous of all masters. You have filled my lamp with oil. It will forever burn in your honor." The next day, Till asked the Archduke to allow him to see all the courtiers who were to be painted along with him. The first to came was the commander-in-chief of the army. He was a short, fat, bald man with an enormous bunch. He whispered to Till's ear, "When you paint my picture, remember, you are to make me look handsome. If you do not make my stomach look flat, I'll have you hanged. Remember, I was once a very handsome soldier." Till smiles and nods his head. The commander-in-chief exits. An elderly lady came next. She had a large hump on her back. She said softly, "Sir painter, make me look young and beautiful. If you don't remove the hump on my back and supply what I lack in beauty, I will have you torn into pieces." The lady exits. Then came a young lady, who is the companion of the Duchess, young and pretty, but had lost 3 of her front teeth. She warned to Till, "I have lost 3 of my front teeth in an accident. In my picture, I want to see myself smiling with a perfect set of pearly teeth, or else I would cut you into small bits by my lover." She points to the captain of the guards. Till smiles and nods his head. The young lady exits. Similar requests and threats continued until he had finished with the last of the courtiers. Then the Archduke sent for him and said, "My dear fellow, I want your portrait to be perfect in every detail. You are to paint all my courtiers exactly as we see them. If you leave out a mole, a pimple, or a single grey hair, I will have you slaughtered like a pig." Till smiles and nods his head. Archduke exits. Till coolly thought things over and said to himself, "If I paint this picture, I shall certainly be killed. Either the Archduke will have me slaughtered like a pig for having disobeyed him, or the courtier will have me murdered for painting them as they really are. In either case, I am to die." At the hall, after 30 days from the last scene, for 30 days, Till and his assistants feasted themselves on the choicest dishes and drank the finest wine. On the 31st day, the Archduke thrust his nose in through the door and said, "It is time that you finished the painting. I am eager to see it. Is it ready?" Till said that the picture is being completed and he needs some more day to finish it. Archduke replied, "I see. As long as the painting is perfect in every detail, I am prepared to be patient. The delay of a week or 2 doesn't matter." Till smiles and bows in honor. After 14 days, once again the Archduke poked his nose in through the door. "Isn't it time that the picture was completed?" Till said, "Your Highness, the portrait is being given the finishing touches. I beg you to grant me some more time." Thinking pensively, Archduke said, "The delay doesn't matter as long as you do an excellent job. You should either complete the picture within 15 days or you should show me the unfinished picture now." Till promised to complete the picture within the 15 days, saying that only a few minor details remained to be filled in. Till and his companion enjoyed themselves for yet another fortnight. On the 16th morning, the Archduke forced his way into the room and said, I must see the picture at once. Where is the picture? Draw the curtain apart. The picture is ready, my lord, announced Till. Then why don't you draw the curtain? What's the matter? Archduke asked. I want you to grant me one last favor, said Till. Please order all the courtiers to assemble in the room. Where they are here, I want to say a few words to them, and then I will draw the curtain. The Archduke ordered all the courtiers to assemble in the hall. Soldiers go and come back with all the courtiers. He addressed them. My lord, ladies and gentlemen, the picture is ready. You will now be able, as I draw the curtain, to see how well I have done my work. You can all admire my work. But I must warn you that there is something very special about this picture. Only those among you who have noble blood in your veins will be able to see this painting. All the rest, whatever their rank or position, will see nothing but a blank wall. Now I will draw the curtains. Till flung the curtain aside. The wall is blank with no picture on it. The courtiers outdid one another in showing their admiration for the picture. They praised Till for his splendid painting. They remarked how natural each one of them looked in the picture and eagerly pointed out their friends and acquaintances. All of a sudden, the Duke just leaped into the air and shouted, All of you know that I am a fool and I have no blue blood in my veins. I can see no picture but only a blank wall. When fools began to talk, observed Till, it's time for wise men to walk. Till calmly strides out the hall and rode away on his donkey. The feathers on his cap danced in the gentle breeze. Here is an assignment for you. Did the story make you feel happy, angry, tired, or bored? Why? Share your feeling with your friends. And here is an interesting quiz for you. Try to answer all the questions and find your level of comprehension. Thank you.